The Dance of Empathy and Narcissism, A Journey Through Inner Worlds. Chapter 1. The Empath's Inner World. In the intricate tapestry of human emotions, empaths stand out as vibrant threads, woven through a spectrum of sensitivity and awareness. Their inner world is a rich landscape, characterized by an acute ability to feel and absorb the emotions of those around them. Empaths experience life through a lens of heightened perception, where even the slightest change in mood or atmosphere can evoke profound emotional responses. This depth of feeling is not merely a trait, but a fundamental aspect of their psychological wiring. Research by Elaine Aron, 1997, identifies empaths as highly sensitive individuals, HSPs, suggesting that their brains are wired to process sensory information more deeply than the average person. This neurological predisposition allows them to perceive subtleties in social interactions, making them incredibly attuned to the feelings and needs of others. However, this gift comes with challenges, as empaths often find themselves overwhelmed by the emotional currents that surround them. Their backgrounds play a significant role in shaping their sensitivity. Many empaths grow up in environments where their feelings are either nurtured or invalidated, leading to complex relational patterns in adulthood. The relational patterns of empaths are often characterized by a profound desire for connection. They tend to form attachments based on empathy and understanding, seeking relationships that allow them to express their emotions freely. However, this can lead to a sense of responsibility for the emotions of others, creating a dynamic where their own needs are often sidelined. The empath's journey is one of learning to balance their innate sensitivity with the necessity of self-care. In their relationships, empaths may experience a cycle of intense connection followed by periods of emotional fatigue. They often attract those who seek their nurturing qualities, leading to deep bonds but also potential exploitation. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for empaths to navigate their relationships healthily. By recognizing their patterns of attachment, they can begin to establish boundaries and prioritize their well-being, ultimately transforming their sensitivity into a source of strength rather than vulnerability. The psychological landscape of an empath is not static. It evolves with their experiences. As they engage with the world, they may encounter individuals who challenge their emotional boundaries, prompting growth and resilience. The journey of the empath is one of self-discovery, where they learn to harness their sensitivity as a tool for connection without sacrificing their sense of self. In conclusion, the empath's inner world is a complex interplay of emotions, perceptions, and relational dynamics. Their heightened sensitivity allows them to experience life deeply, but it also presents challenges that require awareness and intentionality. By understanding their emotional landscape, empaths can cultivate healthier relationships and navigate the world with confidence and compassion. Chapter 2. The Pathological Narcissist's Inner World. In stark contrast to the empath's vibrant emotional tapestry, the narcissist's inner world is often characterized by a facade of confidence masking deep-seated insecurities. The narcissist operates within a psychological fortress, where the grand exterior serves to shield a fragile self-esteem. Their internal landscape is riddled with contradictions. An inflated sense of self-worth coexists with feelings of inadequacy, leading to a complex web of ego defenses. According to Kohut, 1977, the development of pathological narcissism often stems from unmet childhood needs and a lack of sufficient mirroring. Children who grow up in environments where their emotional needs are consistently overlooked may develop narcissistic traits as a defense mechanism. This psychological formation creates a self-centered worldview, where external validation becomes essential for feeling worthy. The narcissist's need for admiration drives their behavior, leading them to seek out relationships that reinforce their inflated self-image. The core insecurities of the narcissist manifest in various ways, particularly through their emotional processing. Unlike empaths, who are attuned to the feelings of others, narcissists often struggle with genuine emotional connection. Their emotional responses are frequently superficial, driven by a need to maintain their self-image rather than a desire for authentic intimacy. This lack of deep emotional engagement can create a cycle of loneliness, as they find it challenging to form meaningful connections. The relationship dynamics involving narcissists are often tumultuous, marked by a pattern of idealization followed by devaluation. Initially, the narcissist may shower their partner with affection and admiration, creating an intoxicating sense of devotion. However, as the relationship progresses, the narcissist's insecurities can lead to a withdrawal of affection, leaving their partner feeling confused and unvalued. This cycle can perpetuate a toxic dynamic, where the partner becomes trapped in a quest for validation. Understanding the inner workings of a narcissist's psyche reveals the emotional complexities that underlie their behavior. They may engage in manipulative tactics to maintain control over their relationships, often resorting to gaslighting or emotional blackmail. These behaviors are not merely cruel, they stem from a desperate need to protect their fragile ego. Pathological narcissism is not merely a personality trait, but a complex psychological condition that warrants compassion and understanding. While their actions can be harmful, recognizing the underlying insecurities can foster empathy for their struggles. However, it is essential for those in relationships with narcissists to establish boundaries and prioritize their emotional well-being. In conclusion, the narcissist's inner world is a landscape of contradictions, where the quest for validation and control often overshadows genuine emotional connection. By understanding the roots of narcissism and the emotional processes at play, individuals can navigate relationships with greater awareness and compassion. Chapter 3. The Meeting, Attraction and Initial Bonding. The initial attraction between empaths and narcissists is a fascinating interplay of psychological dynamics, drawing two seemingly disparate individuals into an intense connection. When these two types meet, it is often described as a magnetic encounter, where the empath's warmth and compassion draw the narcissist in like a moth to a flame. This attraction can feel electric, sparking a whirlwind of emotions that captivates both partners. During the early stages of their relationship, the empath and narcissist often fall into a pattern of idealization. The empath sees the narcissist as a charismatic figure who can provide the excitement and affirmation they crave, while the narcissist views the empath as a source of admiration and validation. This initial bonding phase is marked by intense feelings of passion and connection, where the empath's nurturing qualities mesh seamlessly with the narcissist's need for admiration. However, this phase is often superficial, driven more by fantasy than reality. The empath may overlook red flags, idealizing the narcissist, while ignoring the underlying insecurities that fuel their behavior. The narcissist, on the other hand, may shower the empath with affection, using love-bombing techniques to solidify their control. This dynamic creates a powerful emotional high, but it is often unsustainable, as the initial rush of attraction gives way to a more complicated reality. Psychological explanations for this magnetic dynamic reveal the deeper motivations at play. The empath's desire for connection clashes with the narcissist's need for control, creating a push-pull dynamic that can be both exhilarating and exhausting. The empath's sensitivity makes them particularly vulnerable to the narcissist's charm, leading them to overlook signs of emotional manipulation. As the relationship progresses, the cracks in this idealized bond begin to surface, unveiling the complexities of their emotional interdependence. As the relationship deepens, the initial bonding phase can shift dramatically. The empath may find themselves increasingly invested in the relationship, often at the cost of their own emotional health. The narcissist, meanwhile, may begin to withdraw their affection, leading to feelings of confusion and self-doubt for the empath. This transition from idealization to devaluation is a hallmark of the narcissistic dynamic, where the initial euphoria is replaced by a sense of emotional turmoil. Understanding this initial attraction and bonding phase is crucial for both empaths and narcissists. By recognizing the psychological patterns at play, individuals can navigate their relationships with greater awareness, fostering healthier connections. The journey of the empath and narcissist is not just one of attraction. It is a complex interplay of vulnerability, control, and emotional exploration. In conclusion, the meeting between empaths and narcissists is characterized by a powerful attraction that often masks deeper psychological dynamics. By understanding the motivations behind their connection, both partners can cultivate healthier relationships, ultimately leading to greater emotional well-being and fulfillment. Chapter 4: The Relationship Cycle. The relationship between empaths and narcissists often unfolds in a cyclical pattern that can be both mesmerizing and destructive. This cycle typically follows 4 phases: idealization, dependence, devaluation, and collapse. Each phase presents unique challenges and emotional dynamics that shape the overall experience of both partners. In the idealization phase, the empath is swept off their feet by the narcissist's charm and charisma. The narcissist, in turn, revels in the attention and admiration that the empath provides. This phase is characterized by intense emotional highs, where both partners amplify each other's feelings of love and connection. However, as the relationship progresses, the dynamics begin to shift. Dependence emerges as the empath becomes increasingly enmeshed in the relationship, often prioritizing the narcissist's needs over their own. This emotional dependency can create a sense of security for the narcissist, who thrives on the attention and validation they receive. However, it also places the empath in a vulnerable position, where their self-worth becomes tied to the relationship. The empath may feel an overwhelming responsibility to maintain the emotional equilibrium, leading to feelings of fatigue and burnout. As the cycle continues, the devaluation phase sets in. The narcissist begins to withdraw their affection, often criticizing the empath and undermining their self-esteem. This shift can be jarring for the empath, who may feel confused and rejected. The emotional turmoil during this phase is profound, as the empath grapples with feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. The narcissist, feeling threatened by the empath's emotional depth, may resort to manipulative tactics to regain control, further complicating the dynamic. Finally, the cycle culminates in collapse, where the relationship reaches a breaking point. The emotional volatility becomes unsustainable, leading either to a dramatic confrontation or a gradual disintegration of the bond. At this juncture, the empath may recognize the toxic patterns that have ensnared them, prompting a journey of self-discovery and healing. Research by Dutton and Painter, 1993, on trauma bonding provides insight into the emotional processes at play in this cycle. The intense highs and lows create a powerful connection that can be difficult to sever, as the empath may feel a strong attachment to the narcissist despite the emotional pain. This cycle of trauma bonding can perpetuate a toxic relationship, where the empath struggles to break free from the emotional pull of the narcissist. Understanding this relationship cycle is crucial for both partners. By recognizing the phases of idealization, dependence, devaluation, and collapse, individuals can gain clarity on their emotional experiences and make informed decisions about their relationships. The journey through this cycle is not merely one of pain, it can also serve as a catalyst for growth and transformation. In conclusion, the relationship cycle between empaths and narcissists is a complex interplay of emotional dynamics that can lead to profound insights and personal growth. By understanding the patterns at play, individuals can navigate their relationships with greater awareness, ultimately fostering healthier connections and emotional well-being. Chapter 5. The Empath's Experience, Emotional Immersion and Vulnerability. The empath's experience within the relationship cycle is marked by profound emotional immersion and vulnerability. As they navigate the tumultuous waters of their connection with the narcissist, empaths often find themselves caught in a whirlwind of feelings that can be both exhilarating and exhausting. Understanding this emotional journey is essential for recognizing the challenges and strengths that define the empath's experience. During the initial stages of the relationship, the empath may feel an overwhelming sense of connection and intimacy. The emotional highs are intoxicating, as the narcissist's charm and attention create a powerful bond. However, as the relationship progresses, the empath's sensitivity becomes a double-edged sword. They may find themselves absorbing the narcissist's emotional energy, often at the cost of their own well-being. This emotional absorption can lead to feelings of fatigue and confusion, as the empath grapples with the complexities of their partner's needs. The empath's vulnerability is magnified during the devaluation phase, where the narcissist's withdrawal of affection and criticism can be devastating. The empath may experience a cascade of emotions, sadness, anger, and self-doubt as they struggle to understand the shift in their partner's behavior. This emotional turmoil can lead to cognitive dissonance, where the empath grapples with conflicting feelings of love and hurt. They may question their worth and seek to please the narcissist, believing that they can restore the connection by addressing the perceived shortcomings. Research on highly sensitive persons, HSPs, supports the notion that empaths are particularly susceptible to emotional exploitation. According to Aron, 1997, HSPs possess a heightened awareness of their surroundings, making them acutely sensitive to the emotions of others. While this trait can foster deep connections, it also leaves empaths vulnerable to manipulation and emotional fatigue. As they navigate the complexities of their relationship, empaths must learn to prioritize their own emotional health and establish boundaries to protect themselves. Throughout this journey, the empath's emotional immersion serves as both a gift and a challenge. While their ability to connect deeply with others allows them to experience profound love and intimacy, it can also lead to emotional overwhelm. The empath's journey is one of self-discovery, where they learn to navigate their sensitivity as a source of strength rather than vulnerability. As the relationship cycle unfolds, many empaths begin to recognize the patterns that have ensnared them. This process of awareness is often accompanied by a painful awakening, where they confront the reality of their situation. The journey towards self-empowerment can be arduous, but it is essential for the empath's emotional well-being. By learning to prioritize their own needs and establish healthy boundaries, empaths can reclaim their identity and cultivate resilience. In conclusion, the empath's experience within the relationship cycle is characterized by emotional immersion and vulnerability. Understanding the complexities of their emotional landscape allows empaths to navigate their relationships with greater awareness and self-compassion. By recognizing their patterns and prioritizing their well-being, empaths can transform their sensitivity into a source of strength, ultimately fostering healthier connections. Chapter 6. The Narcissist's Experience: Ego, Supply, and Injury. The narcissist's experience within the relationship cycle is a complex interplay of ego, supply, and emotional injury. As they navigate their connection with the empath, narcissists often find themselves caught in a web of insecurities and defensive behaviors that shape their interactions. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for recognizing the emotional processes at play in the narcissist's psyche. At the core of the narcissist's experience is a fragile sense of self, where their self-esteem is heavily reliant on external validation. This need for admiration drives their behavior, prompting them to seek out relationships that reinforce their inflated self-image. In the presence of the empath, the narcissist may initially feel a sense of euphoria, as the empath's admiration serves as a source of supply, fueling their ego. However, this sense of validation is often superficial, as the narcissist grapples with underlying insecurities that threaten their self-worth. As the relationship progresses, the narcissist's need for supply can lead to manipulative behaviors. They may engage in love bombing during the idealization phase, showering the empath with affection and praise to solidify their control. However, as the relationship evolves, the narcissist may begin to withdraw this validation, triggering feelings of inadequacy in the empath. This withdrawal can create a sense of emotional injury for the narcissist as they fear losing the source of their self-worth. The emotional void that accompanies this dynamic is profound. When the empath begins to pull away, the narcissist may resort to hoovering tactics in an attempt to regain control and restore their sense of self. This behavior is often driven by a fear of abandonment, where the narcissist feels threatened by the prospect of losing the empath's admiration. The emotional turmoil during this phase can lead to a cycle of manipulation and emotional volatility, where the narcissist oscillates between seeking validation and pushing the empath away. Research supports the notion that narcissists often struggle with genuine emotional connection. Pincus and Lukowitsky, 2010, highlight that narcissists may engage in superficial relationships, prioritizing their own needs above those of their partners. This lack of emotional depth contributes to a sense of loneliness, as the narcissist grapples with the consequences of their behavior. While they may project an image of confidence and superiority, their internal experience is often marked by feelings of emptiness and despair. Differentiating between defensive behaviors and genuine emotional experience is crucial in understanding the narcissist's psyche. While their actions may appear cruel, they often stem from a desperate need to protect their fragile ego. The journey of the narcissist is one of navigating the complexities of their emotions, where the pursuit of validation can lead to destructive patterns in their relationships. In conclusion, the narcissist's experience within the relationship cycle is characterized by a complex interplay of ego, supply, and emotional injury. Understanding the motivations behind their behavior allows for greater compassion, while also emphasizing the importance of establishing boundaries for those involved. By recognizing the underlying insecurities that drive the narcissist's actions, individuals can navigate relationships with greater awareness and empathy. Chapter 7. Breaking the Cycle, Awareness and Awakening. The journey of breaking free from the toxic cycle between empaths and narcissists often begins with a moment of awareness and awakening. For many empaths, this realization comes after enduring the emotional highs and lows that characterize their relationship with the narcissist. Understanding the process of disengagement is crucial for reclaiming one's identity and fostering emotional well-being. As the empath navigates the tumultuous waters of their relationship, they may begin to recognize the patterns that have ensnared them. This moment of awareness can be both painful and liberating, as it prompts the empath to confront the reality of their situation. The process of disengagement often involves a deep introspection, where the empath reflects on their emotional experiences and the impact of the relationship on their well-being. Narrative examples of this awakening illustrate the journey towards self-discovery. Many empaths recount the moment they realized that their needs had been consistently overlooked, prompting a desire for change. This realization may come after a particularly hurtful episode of devaluation, where the empath recognizes that they can no longer tolerate the emotional turmoil that the relationship brings. The process of disengagement involves a series of steps that empower the empath to reclaim their identity. Establishing boundaries becomes paramount as the empath learns to prioritize their own needs and emotional health. This journey is not without challenges. The empath may grapple with feelings of guilt or fear of abandonment as they navigate the complexities of breaking free from the relationship. Through therapy, support networks, and self-reflection, empaths can begin to rebuild their lives. Healing becomes a transformative journey where the empath learns to cultivate resilience and self-compassion. The process of disengagement allows them to reclaim their sense of self, fostering a deeper understanding of their emotional landscape. Awakening to the toxic patterns of the relationship can be a catalyst for empowerment. Many empaths find that their sensitivity, once viewed as a vulnerability, becomes a source of strength. By embracing their emotional depth, they can forge healthier connections and navigate future relationships with greater awareness. In conclusion, breaking the cycle between empaths and narcissists begins with awareness and awakening. The journey of disengagement is marked by introspection, boundary setting, and self-discovery. By recognizing the toxic patterns that have ensnared them, empaths can reclaim their identity and foster emotional resilience, ultimately paving the way for healthier relationships. Chapter 8. The Aftermath for the Empath. The aftermath of a relationship with a narcissist can be a challenging and complex experience for empaths. As they navigate the emotional landscape following the end of the relationship, they may encounter a myriad of feelings, ranging from relief to sadness, confusion, and self-doubt. Understanding the post-relationship effects is crucial for facilitating healing and recovery. After disengaging from the relationship, many empaths experience a profound sense of emotional fatigue. The toll of consistently prioritizing the narcissist's needs over their own can lead to feelings of depletion and burnout. The emotional baggage carried from the relationship may manifest in various ways, including anxiety, depression, and self-doubt. The empath may find themselves questioning their worth and abilities, grappling with the lingering effects of the narcissist's devaluation. Trauma bonding, a phenomenon explored by Dutton and Painter, 1993, can further complicate the aftermath for empaths. The intense emotional experiences during the relationship can create a powerful connection that is challenging to sever. Even after physically leaving the relationship, the empath may find themselves emotionally tethered to the narcissist, experiencing flashbacks or recurring thoughts that hinder their healing process. In this vulnerable state, empaths often benefit from self-reflection and support. Engaging in therapy or support groups can provide a safe space for processing emotions and exploring the impact of the relationship. These avenues allow empaths to share their experiences, validate their feelings, and gain insights into their emotional landscape. As the empath begins to heal, they may discover the importance of self-care and boundary setting. Establishing healthy boundaries becomes a crucial aspect of their recovery as it allows them to reclaim their sense of agency. By prioritizing their own needs and emotional health, empaths can foster resilience and cultivate a stronger sense of self. Research on recovery and resilience strategies highlights the significance of self-compassion during this process. Empaths are encouraged to practice self-kindness and acknowledge their struggles, recognizing that healing is a gradual journey. Engaging in activities that promote emotional well-being, such as mindfulness, creative expression, or physical exercise, can aid in the recovery process. In conclusion, the aftermath of a relationship with a narcissist presents unique challenges for empaths. Understanding the emotional toll and the phenomenon of trauma bonding is essential for facilitating healing. By prioritizing self-care, seeking support, and practicing self-compassion, empaths can navigate the complexities of their emotions and embark on a journey of recovery and resilience. Chapter 9. The aftermath for the narcissist. The aftermath of a relationship with an empath can evoke a complex array of emotions for the narcissist, often marked by an emotional void and a desperate need for validation. As the empath exits the relationship, the narcissist may experience a range of feelings that reflect their internal struggles, revealing the deeper insecurities that underpin their behavior. In the wake of the relationship's end, the narcissist often grapples with a profound sense of emptiness. The absence of the empath's admiration and validation creates a void that can be difficult to fill. This emotional gap may lead the narcissist to engage in hoovering tactics, where they attempt to draw the empath back into their orbit. This behavior stems from a fear of abandonment and a desperate need for supply, as the narcissist seeks to restore their sense of self-worth through external validation. The emotional turmoil experienced by the narcissist during this period is often accompanied by a range of defensive behaviors. They may project anger or blame onto the empath, attempting to deflect responsibility for the relationship's failure. This externalization serves as a coping mechanism, allowing the narcissist to shield their fragile ego from the painful reality of their emotions. Rarely, the aftermath may prompt moments of self-reflection for the narcissist. In the absence of the empath's validation, some narcissists may confront the emptiness they have long avoided. These moments of introspection can lead to a deeper understanding of their emotional needs and the impact of their behaviors on their relationships. However, genuine growth is often elusive, as the narcissist may struggle to confront the underlying insecurities that drive their actions. Research on narcissistic injury highlights the emotional complexities faced by individuals with narcissistic traits. Roningstam, 2010, suggests that narcissists often experience heightened sensitivity to criticism and rejection, leading to emotional instability. This instability can manifest in various ways, including depressive symptoms or reckless behavior, as the narcissist grapples with the consequences of their actions. The emotional aftermath of the relationship can also lead to a cycle of seeking new sources of validation. The narcissist may engage in superficial relationships or rebound situations, attempting to fill the void left by the empath. However, these connections are often fleeting, as the narcissist struggles to form genuine emotional bonds. The cycle of seeking validation without addressing underlying issues perpetuates a pattern of loneliness and dissatisfaction. In conclusion, the aftermath of a relationship with an empath presents unique challenges for the narcissist. The emotional void and desperate need for validation can lead to complex behaviors and defensive patterns. While moments of self-reflection may offer opportunities for growth, genuine change is often hindered by the narcissist's struggle with their insecurities. By understanding these dynamics, individuals can navigate relationships with greater awareness and empathy. Chapter 10. The Healing Guide for Empaths. Healing from a relationship with a narcissist requires a multifaceted approach that prioritizes self-care, boundary setting, and emotional resilience. This chapter serves as a guide for empaths seeking to reclaim their identity and cultivate healthier relationships in the future. The first step in the healing process is establishing healthy boundaries. Empaths often struggle with the tendency to prioritize the needs of others over their own, leading to emotional depletion. Learning to recognize and assert personal boundaries is crucial for fostering self-respect and emotional well-being. This process involves identifying triggers and setting limits on emotional availability, allowing empaths to protect their energy while engaging in relationships. Emotional regulation techniques can also play a significant role in the healing journey. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or journaling can help empaths navigate their emotions more effectively. These practices promote self-awareness and provide a safe space for processing feelings, enabling empaths to gain clarity on their experiences and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Support networks are invaluable during the healing process. Engaging in therapy or support groups allows empaths to share their experiences, validate their feelings, and gain insights into their emotional landscape. These connections foster a sense of community and understanding, reminding empaths that they are not alone in their struggles. Incorporating self-care practices into daily routines is essential for fostering emotional resilience. Engaging in activities that promote well-being, such as exercise, creative expression, or spending time in nature, can help empaths reconnect with their inner selves. By prioritizing self-care, empaths can cultivate a stronger sense of identity and emotional health. As empaths navigate their healing journey, recognizing and addressing red flags in future relationships becomes paramount. Developing a keen awareness of unhealthy patterns can empower empaths to make informed choices, breaking the cycle of emotional manipulation. This process involves cultivating self-awareness and trusting one's instincts, allowing empaths to navigate relationships with greater confidence and clarity. In conclusion, the Healing Guide for Empaths emphasizes the importance of self-care, boundary setting, and emotional resilience. By prioritizing their well-being and establishing healthy relationships, empaths can reclaim their identity and foster fulfilling connections in the future. Chapter 11: Transforming into an Empowered Empath. The journey of transformation for empaths involves a profound shift in self-awareness, boundary setting, and emotional intelligence. As empaths navigate their healing journey, they emerge as empowered individuals, equipped with the tools to foster healthier relationships and cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of transformation. Empaths who engage in self-reflection begin to recognize their patterns of behavior and emotional triggers. This awareness allows them to identify when they are sacrificing their needs for the sake of others, empowering them to assert their boundaries. By understanding their emotional landscape, empowered empaths can navigate relationships with greater clarity and intention. Boundary setting becomes a vital skill for the empowered empath. Learning to communicate personal limits and assert emotional needs fosters a sense of agency and self-respect. Empowered empaths are not afraid to prioritize their well-being, recognizing that healthy relationships require mutual respect and understanding. By establishing clear boundaries, they create space for authentic connections that nourish their emotional health. Emotional intelligence plays a significant role in the transformation of empaths. As they develop a deeper understanding of their emotions and the emotions of others, they cultivate empathy without sacrificing their own needs. This balance allows empowered empaths to engage in relationships with authenticity and compassion, fostering connections that are both fulfilling and supportive. Long-term growth and relational health are essential components of the empowered empath's journey. They learn to recognize and address red flags in relationships, fostering a sense of agency that empowers them to make informed choices. This proactive approach to relationships allows empaths to cultivate connections that align with their values and emotional needs. Narrative illustrations of the empowered empath often depict individuals who have reclaimed their identities and embraced their sensitivity as a source of strength. By sharing their experiences and insights, They inspire others on similar journeys, fostering a sense of community and support. In conclusion, the transformation into an empowered empath involves a profound shift in self-awareness, boundary setting, and emotional intelligence. By prioritizing their well-being and cultivating healthy relationships, empaths can navigate the world with confidence and compassion. This journey of empowerment ultimately leads to a deeper understanding of oneself and the ability to foster meaningful connections. Chapter 12. Conclusion: Understanding, Compassion, and Integration. In concluding this exploration of the empath-narcissist dynamic, it becomes evident that understanding and compassion are essential components of navigating these complex relationships. By integrating narrative storytelling with psychological analysis, we gain a deeper appreciation for the experiences of both empaths and narcissists, recognizing the emotional intricacies that shape their interactions. The journey through the empath-narcissist dynamic reveals profound lessons about vulnerability, resilience, and the importance of self-awareness. Empaths, with their heightened sensitivity, offer a unique lens through which to understand emotional connection and relational dynamics. Conversely, the narcissist's struggle with insecurities and the need for validation underscores the complexities of human behavior. As we reflect on the themes woven throughout this narrative, it becomes clear that growth and healing are possible for both empaths and narcissists. By cultivating self-awareness and addressing unhealthy patterns, individuals can foster healthier relationships that honor their emotional needs. The journey toward understanding and compassion is not merely about recognizing the flaws in ourselves and others. It is about embracing the shared human experience and fostering connections that uplift and support. In the end, the empath-narcissist dynamic serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of emotional intelligence and the need for healthy boundaries in relationships. By integrating the lessons learned from this exploration, individuals can embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing, ultimately leading to more fulfilling and authentic connections.